YouTube isn't a platform that I definitely planned to join when I started Wit Wire a few years ago. But over the last year, it's become almost obvious to me that this is something I want to try. So in this very first video, I want to bring you behind the scenes on the first 2 years running my business and how launching this YouTube channel represents a small turning point for Wit Wire. Hey, I'm Melissa, and if we haven't met, I'm the founder of Wit Wire, where I help creators turn their skills and passions into profitable online businesses. Now, for the first 2 years running Wit Wire, I mostly focused on podcasting. So when I first got started in 2019, I was blogging and sharing tips and skills around podcasting specifically. And that was on purpose. I always knew I wanted to talk about online business in a little bit of a broader way, but I thought to get started, it would make most sense to just focus on something that I knew I could help people with. And for me, podcasting seemed like the obvious choice. It was something that not a lot of women were talking about. This was before the pandemic. And I felt like the tech and the how-tos were very mysterious. And I knew that I could combine my experience as a podcast host with my experience teaching, and I could really help people. So I launched my first course for Wit Wire in January of 2020, and 0 people bought it. And that was fine. It turns out that I needed to do a little bit more marketing before I could launch the course. By that, I mean, I knew that I had all of the right elements in place, but I really hadn't built up enough interest. So then in April, I actually did a webinar. I opened up a beta group to run the program live over 8 weeks. And that is how the Podcast Launch Accelerator was born, the first official major program for Wit Wire. And since then, I've now enrolled, I think, almost 250 students in the program, which is amazing. And running the accelerator has been such a joy, just getting to see women launch their podcasts, getting to help them not only get to the launch day, but then continue to grow afterwards has been so rewarding. And of course, Wit Wire has a podcast, which may make you wonder, well, why am I now on YouTube? And is this just going to be the video version of the podcast? The answer to that is no, it's not going to be the podcast. It's going to be totally separate content. And here is why I'm starting a channel. First of all, let me say I'm kind of terrified of YouTube. I am an introvert. Putting myself out there on video is not comfortable for me. I feel like the lighting in this video is not what other people's looks like, even though I'm totally trying. And even in my courses, I'm really comfortable teaching, but that's usually to slides or to demos. And so on the one hand, reason number one I'm getting on YouTube is because I love to teach and because I feel like it'll be a helpful way for me to help people. How many times can I say the word help? So part of the reason I wanted to be on YouTube is because I do like to teach, and I felt like I could create videos that would be helpful, that would show off my expertise, but that would also legitimately give people a sense of my teaching style and help me build my business. The second reason why I wanted to be on YouTube is because it's a search engine. I go to YouTube to solve my own problems. I'll Google questions about microphones or tech. I'll do this or that videos. I'll try to see behind the scenes if I'm considering a new tech tool, let's say. And YouTube and online courses both are two of the biggest ways that I have learned everything that I know about running an online business. And I have taken so many courses, I've watched so many YouTube videos, and I feel like I could really help simplify a lot of the strategies I've learned to help other creators launch their own online businesses, full-time or part-time. And also, much as I love podcasting, it's not a search engine, right? I don't think most of us go to Apple or Spotify and search for how to blank and then expect an episode to come up in the way that I treat YouTube. So I want to use YouTube to help build my audience and to reach new people so that I can continue expanding my offerings and my business at Wit Wire. What does that mean for Wit Wire's podcast, though? I'm not sure. I plan to continue trying creative new things on the podcast, just as I plan to try some creative things over here on YouTube, but I am excited to have 2 different channels to play with to see how I can best help people. Now, this is all new to me, so what is the plan for the YouTube channel? Well, first of all, I am planning to answer some of the hottest questions that I get in different videos. So one of the first videos coming out is called 10 Ways to Earn Money Podcasting, and you can expect that very soon if it's not already out. But at the same time, even though I'm a huge believer in keyword research, in answering people's top questions, in doing demos, and I'm really excited to actually have a visual platform on a podcast, I can't do a Canva demo, for one example. But I am going to also kind of give you a peek into the way that I think. So videos like this one, this is not a keyword research video at all. I just want to do really short 2 to 5 minute videos to talk about how I approach creativity, how I solve problems in my business, how I make decisions. And as one of the first videos that'll be coming out, you'll get to hear my mindset around being a beginner, because starting this YouTube channel has been so uncomfortable for me. And I know from talking with a lot of my Wit and Wire students that being a beginner is really hard. So you can expect that video very soon if it's not already out. And if it is, you'll see a link, I'm sure, somewhere. I honestly don't know what the right expectations are around this YouTube channel, but in my mind, I have a goal of trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So that gives me about 3 months to do it. I do have a small existing starting audience, having built up the business for a couple of years, so I know I'm not starting from scratch, but I would really love to learn what strategies work and which strategies don't. Certainly one of them is just going to be that I'm asking you directly to subscribe to the channel, but I do hope that you'll help me achieve that goal so I can get a custom URL for Wit and Wire's YouTube channel. So praise hands, emojis, thank you in advance. Ultimately, my whole goal is to be helpful. So do let me know in the comments if you have any questions that I could cover in a future video. You can ask me about podcasting, creating an online business, course creation. It's up to you. And do make sure you hit subscribe before you go so you don't miss any of those upcoming videos. And if you have a friend or a peer who might be interested in starting their own online business or their own podcast or course, I hope you'll pass this channel along. So you can send them to witandwire.com/YouTube if you're looking for an easy shortcut. Before we go, I just want to say that I believe in you. I believe that everyone's knowledge is valuable and that people out there would love to pay you for your skills, for your experiences. And I know I personally cannot wait to see what you'll create. So I'll see you soon. Let's go on this new adventure together.